there. In this video, we're going to talk about how to incorporate parallel effects into your stems and multitracks, and even better, how to do it with auto bounce. So, a lot of people love to use parallel effects, myself included. For example, it can make a drum kit way more interesting. I could just take a normal dry drum kit like this, and then make it super aggressive by sending it out to a distortion plugin. Right? And normally I will leave that signal combined when I export my stems or multitracks because I don't want that balance being changed by anyone else. However, there are some instances where you might want to separate the fully processed and the dry signal, and then the question then becomes, well, how do I stem that out? How do I prep my session? And how do I do that with auto bounce? It's easy. Let me show you how it works. So in this case, it was a single track to start. That's what I want it to sound like in the end, except I want to split those signals. How am I going to do that? Well, simply put, I'm going to duplicate the track like this. Now I have the same routing copied. I'm just going to call this one dry kit, and I'm going to call this one processed kit, right? Now, right now they sound the same. I'm going to make this dry by turning it off the send. Okay, now I'm going to make this one fully processed by keeping the send but turning off the output. So now you're just getting the fully processed signal out the master output. So now how do I get those separated? Well, I can just duplicate the MIDI like this. I can open auto bounce, select each one separately as a stem, and I'm done. We can take it one step further. Let's say you want to have the flexibility to have them combined or separated in your master session, or even if you want to have them so that you can play it like a single MIDI instrument. Well, you have two choices. One, you can use a folder stack, or two, you can use a summing stack. A folder stack is simply going to put them together into one track object, like so, and then, you can just call this combined drums, like that. And now when you open auto bounce, you can either bounce out the combined drums, or you can bounce out the contents, the dry and the processed. That's great. Now, the other way we can do this is we can do a summing stack. So this is kind of cool because then it acts like a MIDI instrument. So if I go summing stack, I hit create. Now, this, in effect, is a MIDI instrument. So I could just play it in real time. Cool. Let me just show you if I wanted to, just record something new. Right. Cool. So in this case, I'll just call this, again, whatever, combined drums. And this is dry kit, and this is the process kit. Now, in order to have this ready so it's going to run as separate stems with MIDI content, you got to make sure that there's stuff on the track. So I'm going to do this, copy, copy. So if I'm running auto bounce and I want to do combined, just do that. And if not, I'll open this and bounce them separately. Let me show you how it works. Launch auto bounce, and now I'm going to scan the project. And now I can just call these drum splits. That's the folder that the stems are going to go into. All I do is I expand that. I say select all, and now I just hit auto bounce and I can run them together. If I also want to have a combined kit, I can duplicate this job and say, combined kit, collapse it together and run it just like this. I can leave it in stem mode because it's one thing, or a mix. Same outcome right here. All I do is hit bounce. And less than 60 seconds later, I have the files ready to go. So here's my combined kit. And here are the splits. Dry and processed. That's all there is to it, folks. I hope you found this video informative. Please be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.